And today I'm going to... Hello, my name's Fiona, and today I'm going to show you how to make this little washcloth. So you can use it for scrubbing your dishes, or I suppose you could use it as a face cloth. I've made it out of 100% pure cotton, which I think is best. I would use cotton for cloths and stuff as opposed to using any type of wool or acrylic or anything. But if you don't have cotton and you only have wool and acrylic, I mean, the pattern is nice. You could just make it longer and turn it into a scarf if you wanted to try it anyway. But yeah, my video is for the washcloth version, so I'll show you that now, how we make it.
Okay, to begin the cloth, we tie a slip knot. Oh. And then we chain 32. Okay, when you've got your chain of 32, then we're going to double crochet in the second chain from the hook, so you don't count the loop on the hook. So 1, 2, we're going to do a double crochet, okay, and then in the next stitch we're going to do another double crochet, okay, and then we chain 3 and we skip the next 3 chains. So that's 1, 2, 3, so this will be my 4th one, and we are going to double crochet into the next 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then again we chain 3 and skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, so this will be my 4th one, and we double crochet in the next 3. So we repeat the pattern, double crochet in the next 3, make 3 chains, skip 3 stitches, double crochet in the next 3, and we do that 4 times until we get down to the last 2 stitches, and we double crochet in the last 2. Okay, so when you finish your row it's going to look like that. I've just put a stitch marker in to mark the first stitch so I know when I come back to it. So from here we chain 1 and we turn our work, and we're going to double crochet in the first stitch, now not the one that the chain come out of, but in here, and then we skip the second double crochet and we're going to work instead into the chain space. So we do 5 triple crochets into the chain space. Okay, and when you've those 5 done, you skip the next stitch and you double crochet in the center one, so there's 3 stitches between each of the chain spaces. So you skip the first, you double crochet in the middle one, you skip the next one, and then again in the chain space we do another 5 treble crochets, and this is just the pattern back across the row. At the end of row 2 we only have 2 stitches instead of the 3, so we're just going to skip the first one and double crochet into the second, which is the last stitch on the row, and then we chain 1 and we turn our work, and we are going to double crochet into that last stitch again, and we chain 3, sorry, we chain 2, and we skip the next stitch and we double crochet into the next 3. So this is the 5 treble crochet cluster, so we're not putting a stitch in the first or the last treble crochets in the cluster. We're going to put double crochets in the middle 3. So we do our double crochets in the middle 3, and then we chain 3. Okay, and we skip the next 3 stitches, which is the last treble of that cluster, the middle double crochet, and the first treble of the next cluster. So again, we're just working into the middle 3 treble crochets, and we put a double crochet in the top of each of those. And then again we chain 3, we skip the next 3, which again is the last treble, the middle, the first treble. So again we're going to double crochet in the 3 middle ones, and this is our pattern right the way across the row. Okay, when you get down to your last, the end of the row, you've got 2 stitches left. The one in the top of the last treble of the last cluster, and then the end stitch. So we are going to chain 2, and we skip the last stitch at the treble crochet, and we're going to double crochet into the last stitch in the row. Okay, and then we chain 3 and turn our work, and we do 2 treble crochets into the chain space. So there's a small chain space there. So do 2 trebles into it. Okay, and I'm just gonna again mark this. So this chain of 3 is going to be, that counts as my first treble crochet, so that's my last stitch in the row. Okay, so then we've got 3 chains at the top here. These were the 3 that were in on the top of the cluster. So we skip the first one of them and we do a double crochet in the middle one, and then in the space we do 5 treble crochets, and this is going to be the pattern for this row. Okay, so when you've done your 5 trebles, then you skip the next stitch, double crochet in the middle one, skip the end one and go back into your chain space and do your next 5 treble crochets, and you just follow this pattern back across the row. When you get to the end of the row, you have a smaller, only 2 chain space. So instead of doing 5, we're only going to put 3 treble crochets into it. Oh, I could do the treble right. So yarn over, through, take off 2 loops, yarn over and take off the other 2 loops. Okay, and we chain 1 and we turn our work. So you can see the pattern beginning to build up. So we're going to double crochet into the first 2 stitches, and then we're going to chain 3 and skip 3, which is the final treble, the middle double, and the first treble, and again we're into the middle 3 treble crochets of our 5 cluster. We just single crochet, or sorry, double crochet, 1 double crochet in each of those middle ones, and then again chain 3 and skip across to the next middle 3 all the way back across the row. Okay, so when we get back to the end, again we're going to skip the last treble of the second last 5 chain cluster, the middle, the first treble of the final 3 treble crochet cluster, and we are going to do a double crochet in the last 2 stitches, so that is the last treble crochet, and also this 3 chain which acted as our first treble, we're going to do a double crochet in the top of it. It's kind of trickier to get your hook into. Okay, and then we just keep repeating those rows. So row 2, 3, 4 and 5, until we get the length that we want of our cloth. Okay, so when you finished off up to row 18, your piece is going to look like this, And so now we're going to do an edging around it, which we're going to work in double crochet. So we chain one and then we begin to double crochet evenly along the side. There's not really any direct holes for it. It maybe isn't obvious, so just work your way along as evenly as possible. And then whenever you get to the corners, we're going to put 3 double crochets in each corner, and you just do that all the way around until you go back up. So I'll mark my first double crochet here, and we're going to work all the way around with double crochet, 3 double crochets in each corner, and that's how we're going to edge and finish off the piece.